Hi guys, this is Labaket from Aber and startup mentorship up, and then today I'm going to talk about creative way to create visibilities. If you're new here, welcome. If you're new here, subscribe. That's always sounds like a cliche, yeah. So today I'm going to talk about visibility for small business and startup, and I was going to use a typical example of Tom and Jerry. I know Tom and Jerry is just rhetorical name, but let's use example Tom and Jerry have wonderful, fantastic business, consulting business service, and then they believe they could reach out. The sky was the limit, and then they started their business. But over time, Tom's business became an household name. Why Jerry's business stagnated? Of course, it couldn't get as much visibility, and the thing is, out of sight, they say, is out of mind. And little wonder why consistency is preached, day in day out. Yes, sometimes you can be like, have the best service, you can have the best service, have the best product, but the truth is, this service might not just be enough. Visibility is just a fancy word for pushing your business in the faces of your target audience. And another thing is, being a startup, you might not have the luxury of large budget, maybe like 100,000 or $1,000 into put into your business, but you can adapt, and you need to be more receptive to change regardless of how big or how small your budget is. And sometimes it may seem it's possible to make impact, you know depending on the traffic and the type of products that you sell. But there are some ways in which makes it easier. Number one is, make your business visible locally. Be a local champion first. Yes, you have to be a local champion first before you think of contesting in international business. So you can put your business on, Google My Business, claim your online presence, for instance, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and all other social media platforms. Update your information regularly. If you have changed your address, if you have changed your email, you need to put all of this information, and have your business footprint, which is consistent information, which gives credibility to your business. Now, that's how to be visible. Number two is, invest in content creation for more visibilities. I always say this: when you have a blog post, create a blog. It actually helps you optimize your search engine optimization. So if you put your blog and you number one, it helps you to also helps to rank your website as number one if in the local listing. So if you have a blog, you talk about how people can use your product and services. So for instance, if you have a product, you sell a product maybe for hair. Yeah, like today I feel also African. So rather than you just put all your product, you can write about hair care tips, and with that, after a while, Google crawls on all your data and puts you as number one, depending on how consistent you are in you being a local champion. You never know, somebody internationally can also search for you and you come up, poop, just like that. Number three is, monitor your reputation. I know some of you ignore your customer. You say, oh, that stupid customer gave me a bad review. Well, it's when you get feedback, and especially on internet now, you buy somebody buy something from you, and maybe you don't reply on time, or maybe the time frame of delivery was at the elapse and you do not deliver. The first thing they do is they go to your social media and they start to write things about you. Before you leave that, don't let that go. Review the negative comment. Try and diplomatically arrange the bad feedback in such a way that you turn it into, you can offer them maybe a discount on their next purchase or something. Just don't just ignore it when somebody gives you a bad feedback. Number four is authentic customer service relationship. don't use boot. If you're a small business or a startup, in the beginning, don't use the customer service boot. Put somebody there. If it means writing or typing or answering people 24/7, it might just be the boost you need for your business. And then also research. You can provide your audience with, free online guides to show them how, they can use your product. You can also make the ordering process much easier. Like, try and make life easy for your customers. If not, they're going to run away if things get complicated. And then, okay, so we've said that you need to also engage your audience. For instance, a lot of people want followers. If you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, can you keep up? You should answer that question yourself. Number 5 is add people to your email list with their permission. Spamming is not allowed. No, 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 no. I don't support spamming, like collecting people's email and putting them in your email marketing campaign. What's going to happen is after a while they're not going to open your email because they did not authorize you. Number 6 is speak at events before a lot of audience. You can look for university, depending on who your target audience is. If university students are not going to buy your product, please don't go and speak in front of them, because you're going to sound like a nuisance, and you don't want to sound like a nuisance. Yes, you don't want to sound like that. I also recommend using business planners. Using business planners for your business actually helps you to plan your day, plan your week, plan your sales, plan your inventory. There's a link below. You can check out the business planner, and I'll show you how the business planner works. Another point is make your website mobile friendly. I'm guilty of that. I know when we were designing Startup Mentorship, I wanted a lot of pop-up pictures, all the website, everything popping and all. But the truth is, the more pictures and video you put on your website, the slower it becomes. You need to think about that. Contest and giveaway. I know some certain people actually sustain their social media page by content and giveaway, but small business like us, we cannot afford it now. But maybe in the future we'll be able to give like $10,000 away. It's also a way to keep your target audience engaged when you do giveaway. And then don't make it to be the center of your social media platform when trying to get visibility. What's going to happen is when they take your money, they're going to leave, and then they're not going to buy from you. So you have to apply some sense. Social media marketing, you need to use influencers. I think I tried to use an influencer once, and then the result was I got a lot of followers, from this influencer. But the problem was the product I was offering, they couldn't afford it. Maybe I got 1 or 2, and then the influencer had like 10,000 or 11,000 followers. Next time when I'm using an influencer, I'm going to rethink that whole strategy. Number 10 is consistency. I know they say content is king, but consistency is queen. It's a bit difficult to be consistent. I've struggled so much today. If you know what I've gone through today to make sure that this content got out, you're going to give me like thumb ups. But we keep going. We're not going to give up, because this is what we're called to do. Like I said, you need to be consistent. Choose to represent your brand in multiple ways, whether when you go out, when you blog, all of those things. You have to consistently imprint your brand in people's mind. I hope today we've been able to learn 1 or 2 things, and I hope to see you next time on Startup Mentorship Hub. Until next time, see you. There's a link below for the business planner. I think you can purchase one. Just click below. All right then. See you. Cheers. I remain your lovely host, Labake Tom Ava.